Somerset grabbed the initiative on the second day of their LV County Championship match at home to Warwickshire, but ignored the opportunity to ask the visitors to follow on for the first time since August 2010, instead aiming to bat the champions well and truly out of this match. The West Countrymen resumed their first innings on 358 for 6, with Josh Butler needing just 10 more runs to complete only the third first-class 100 of his career. His partner Craig Overton got his side off to a speedy start. But the 12th ball of the morning, Overton was out, leg before to Chris Wokes, as Warwickshire themselves looked to get off to a bright beginning. Butler had batted well within himself on the previous day, but a second four in succession off Wokes took him to his deserved 100. It had been a top knock which had used up 163 balls and included 13 fours, and he batted his side into a strong position. But he wanted to get many more runs yet, and he was able to take his side beyond 400 for maximum batting bonus points. However, he was then left stranded as Somerset lost their last 3 wickets in 15 balls. Alphonso Thomas played a delivery from Ricky Clark back onto his stumps. Jack Leach followed in a similar way before he'd scored. And Jamie Overton gave Clark his 4th wicket next ball, edging to Tim Ambrose, who parried the ball into the safe hands of Varun Chopra. So after an hour of play, Somerset were all out for 406, but Warwickshire hadn't managed a run in reply when Jamie Overton struck with his 4th ball, Will Porterfield driving loosely to Butler. Chopra, who enjoys batting at this picturesque ground, finally got the scoreboard ticking over. But on the stroke of lunch, he was also back in the hutch, LBW to Peter Trigo for 13 at 24 for 2. Somerset then came out fighting after the break, but they gave Jim Taunton an early life as he was put down in the slips off Thomas. Losing early wickets is something that Warwickshire are not really used to, and it was left to Taunton and Laurie Evans to give the innings some impetus now. Taunton tried to make sure that Leach was unable to settle by taking the attack back to the 21-year-old left-arm spinner who'd replaced the injured George Dockrell in this match. But Somerset stuck to their task brilliantly, and Taunton was held by Craig Kieswetter off the impressive Thomas for 26 at 65 for 3. 10 runs later and Warwickshire were 4 down as Thomas won an LBW decision against Tim Ambrose. There appeared to be bat involved, so the keeper may be unlucky. With Ian Westwood missing from this game with an ankle injury, the Warwickshire batsmen had all been moved up a place, but they were all finding life difficult. The wicket of Evans for 25 now left them on 86 for 5. And that was soon 103 for 6 as Somerset completed a fine middle session as Wokes on 21 cut Jamie Overton to Nick Compton. Indeed, it was a session which had put the home side firmly in control of this match. What they needed to do now was to finish things off. Time after time over the past couple of seasons, Warwickshire have rallied from such positions, and with Clark still there, anything was possible. He started to hit fours for fun as he raced to an innings top score of 31. But if you want to sum up Warwickshire's day, then this was it. Atiq Javid fine-swept Leach with the ball just not having enough on it to reach the rope, and with Marcus Trescothick in pursuit. The Somerset skipper is no Usain Bolt, but he picked up at fine leg, turned and threw, and hit the stumps directly, with Clark short of his ground. Kieswetter has to take credit for his leave. To make matters worse for the champions, Leach then produced a beauty which gripped and turned to bowl Jitan Patel's second ball to leave the visitors in real trouble on 142 for 8. Only one more run had been added before there were 9 down, Chris Wright succumbing to Craig Overton, and the innings was over when Oliver Hannon-Dalby was leg before to Leach. Warwickshire had been dismissed for only 158, leaving them 248 runs behind. Many a captain would have been forced to follow on, especially with there being a tricky 13 overs left in the day, but with plenty of time left overall in this match, Trescothick chose to rub salt into Warwickshire's wounds. At least he wasted no time in getting on with things. This a quite brilliant shot, an uppercut off Clark which flew over third man for 6. However, Trescothick will be annoyed that he got out. LBW to Patel for the second time in the match just before the close. He made a run of ball 37. So far this season, this wonderful batsman has had a few problems against the slow bowlers. So by the close and the halfway stage of this match, Somerset have reached 46 for 1 to lead by a very comfortable 294 runs. A session and a bit should still give them adequate time to put Warwickshire under a lot of pressure as they try to save this match.